Oh gosh, hello everyone, sorry. I started stream, and then immediately, like, started streaming immediately, I had to go use the washroom. Oh. Sorry for the delay. Hello CK, hello Rune, hello Rhino, hello Flocky. Holy shit. Hello Evad, hello Kiki, hello Bedunia, oh my god. Holy shit, I missed. Okay. I'm so sorry everyone that I was away. Hello Tofu, hello Debbie, hello Elise. But the real Daifan face continues sitting? Don't worry, I'm back and I'm sitting. You heard you weren't gonna see me until forever from now? That's kind of crazy. Also, hello Elise, thank you for the 5-month sub. Wow. Also, congrats SKK on first. And thank you Rhino for the 5-month sub. You said hello even though she hates me? What? Wait, who hates who? Since when? Who? Where? No hates here. That one's so small compared to the keyboard model? Okay, well. Okay, now this just looks kind of silly. Also, hold on. One thing that I considered recently, because my OBS has filters for like noise suppression and stuff, but I'm gonna try for the first time turning them off. I mean, I turned them off one time way back at the end of TSB, but okay, I turned off my OBS filters. You probably hear me like, you know, tapping my desk and all that shit. You probably hear my mouse clicks and all that stuff, but I don't know. Tell me how that is. It's like raw, unfiltered audio or whatever you want to call it. Should make a room in this game too. You finally bought it? Oh my god, I want to see what your room is. Although I have not been... I've been too lazy to update my room with anything, so I haven't been touching it, but the room... making it's pretty fun. Dive 7 Tessia dive fighting? Yes. Actually, okay, about that, I have announcements later. But the only one I think that is out there right now is tomorrow. Actually, no, I have 2 announcements. The first one is already out. The first one is that tomorrow, 8 PM my time, 100% orange juice with Patsu, Elise, and Jelly. But, yeah. Demonstrate your big bread to us? I wish I had a giant bread. That'd be so nice. Hold on, I still feel like I'm fucking massive. Hold on. I like this more. Okay, so... Hello everyone. Wait, what is this? Hype train? Wait, why is there hype train? Oh, is it because of the- oh shit, the resub. Bless. Thank you, Elise. 100% orange juice. It's kind of like Mario Party. So I know for sure I'm gonna lose my mind playing that game. But we'll see. I'll expand on that later though, but I want to talk about my trip. So yeah, TSV ended on a Monday. I don't remember what Monday that was anymore. The 20th. It ended on the 20th, I think. And then at the end of that week, like the 23rd-ish, I had a family trip and we went to Montreal. And then, you heard I saw Elise. We'll get to that later. Because, okay, if I don't tell the events in chronological order, I'm gonna forget stuff. So that's why I have to cover this in chronological order, or, yeah. So, also let me know if the BGM's too loud. I'll turn it down if so, because I have not streamed it a bit. Yeah, I guess, okay, that's why I'm like not expanding on the other topics, because if I don't go in chronological order, I'll forget what I've talked about or not. So, okay. So, yes, it's the first time that I went on a full family trip in forever. So by full family, it's like, you know, me, my sister, my brother, mother, father, and my brother's wife. So it was the 6 of us. I think the last time that we had like a full-on family trip was... Oh my god, I don't remember. Probably like a decade ago. Either we went to Hawaii or we went to the Philippines, and I can't remember. But it's super rare for us to be complete, I guess, because sometimes like we'll have like a super long time ago we had like a family trip to Italy, but I think it was like all of us but my brother. So yeah, this time I don't know why we chose to go to Montreal, but it was pretty much my sister was like driving this trip and like planning everything, and so we stayed. I don't know, it's not exactly downtown, but apparently people that live there were saying that, oh yeah, the place that we were staying was like kind of like the hipster part of Montreal, apparently. I don't know if that's true, but that's what they said. And basically one of the things that we can, I'm gonna like tell basically like tell you what we did. So we did this hop on hop off thing that kind of like circles around Montreal. Oh my god, the memories are already fading. We did a bunch of walking around Montreal, and then there were some parts that they said, oh, you're in old Montreal. And I'm like, I could not tell the difference really between old Montreal. I'm just guessing. I did not feel that difference. But there was one part where I was joking to my brother. It's like, yeah, you can tell we're still in old Montreal because they still have payphones here. But yeah, we did see, we also went to the, wait, what's that? Let me look it up. So we went to the Notre Dame in Montreal. That's cathedral? I don't know, but it looked pretty cool. There was also one part during the family trip where we attended a macaron making class. And like, okay, I think one thing that was kind of inconvenient is because before my brother got married, it would have been just the 5 of us, right? Actually, no, I guess this doesn't make sense. I guess this would apply even if it's, no, because cars are 5 people. Never mind, ignore what I said. But because we're 6 people, if we wanted to go somewhere far, they would always just want to Uber, which means we'd have to get an Uber XL for the 6 of us. Because we'd be 7 total, including the driver. That's one thing that was kind of annoying and kind of expensive. But didn't have too much choice, I guess. But, I don't know, my family like super wanted to like make it super, what's the word, like organized and all that shit. So like the way it worked was oh, everyone's supposed to pick one activity and then you have to like line it up and everyone picks one meal or something, and you're in charge of that one meal with where we're eating and all that shit. And I was like, this shit is way too complicated. Like, why do we have to do it this way? Like, I don't really care. Just pick some stuff, someone, I don't care. But yeah. But yeah, sorry, going back to the macaron making class. It was like, gosh, I don't remember the recipe anymore, but it was like, okay, one of the important things was to like crack eggs, separate the yolk from the whites, and then they beat the whites. I think they called it to make a meringue or something. But then I feel like out of everyone that was making the meringue, they said I was really good at cracking eggs and separating the whites and stuff. Which I thought was super funny because any experience I would have had with the eggs would have come from when I worked at McDonald's. Because when I worked at McDonald's, I used to work there like every like Saturday, Sunday morning. And in the morning rush, like 7 a.m., I would be in the kitchen and cracking hundreds of eggs every morning. So I thought that was really funny that the instructor was like saying, oh, you're so good at cracking eggs. Like, okay. I don't know how I feel about that, but yeah. Feel the same? Yeah, I don't know, like structured. If it's too structured, it's kind of like difficult and annoying, but yeah. Hello, Defaulty. Thank you for coming. She's cracked? Oh my god. Boo! I guess that's a good one, I guess. What else? Okay, so then... Yes, the macaroni making class is the first time I've done most of that stuff before in my life, because I've never really baked before. Because usually if there's baking that's done at home, it would be like my mother wanted to like take over and do everything. So, oh my god, I barely remember any of the instructions anymore. Oh my god, I only remember the egg cracking part. Everything else is just like a blur. But I do remember they were saying like it's super difficult to get the macaron shells to like settle properly and like not crack and everything. But then, but to skip the process of the shell drying and all that stuff because it can take up to 2 hours and like depends on a lot of factors, especially for noobs, it's gonna be hard. So they had some shells made for us in advance. And then we would just complete the macarons that way. It was pretty fun, but I don't think I'd ever do it again. One thing I could never stop thinking about is what's... After we separated the eggs, like the yolks from the whites, what happens to the yolks? I don't know. If I was at home, I would just, you know, eat it, but right? But like, you know, cook it and eat it or something, but... I'm not sure what happens to the yolk. What, I don't know what they did to the yolks, but I don't know. At least I will donate to you for the joke. Good. Do it, Rice Fiend. You better do it too. Alright, so... Another thing that happened on the trip... There was one night, I mentioned this on my Discord, but... If you have no donor link, Rice, go to her channel right now and gift some subs or something. But yes, right, there was one night, I had nightmares in the middle of the night. And my nightmare was essentially... I had a nightmare that... Basically, someone was like taking like a meter saw. And they're like trying to cut my fingers and toes off. And that scared the shit out of me, and so it was really difficult to get back to sleep. And I had like arguments with my family because I told them that I had like nightmares and shit, but they did not listen to me when I said that, so they did not understand that I told them like I'm super cranky and I'm going back to sleep, and so we got to like a bit of an argument, and that was super annoying, but... I'm gonna turn on BGM, it's... There we go. So I kind of got a little sick during that portion of the trip and ended up basically being in bed for like the next little bit and refusing to come out. It's really, I don't know. I don't want to expand too much on the family stuff, but basically I kind of felt like, oh, it's like, seemed like my family mostly wanted me there to complete the sets, but wasn't super like, you know, didn't really care that much about me as an individual, because I told them I didn't sleep well, that I had nightmares, that I knew I was going to get a headache, and that I was going to go back to sleep. And then when I tried to go back to sleep, they kept knocking on my door and be like, where are you? How come you're not awake? And everything. And I had to tell them again, but because they didn't listen the first time, it's like, okay, one, clearly they didn't listen the first time, and then two, they're like not, because they didn't listen the first time, they're like knocking on my door and shit, asking me like what the fuck is up and all that stuff. And it really pissed me off, because like clearly they did not pay attention when I said it out loud to like 3 of them in the room. So yeah, I don't know. So I just spent a bunch of time the next few days just resting basically, because I was super upset with that. To have the most horrific nightmares, are they really that horrific? I mean, I guess they are horrific, but I don't know. That's fair, honestly. I'm not even sure where this comes from, but Maybe it's like from old nightmares, old thoughts that I had when I was in shop class in high school or whatever, when they were showing everyone how to use the different saws, and maybe that's just like a thought that entered my mind again. So I'm not sure. Constant nightmares? God, I hate nightmares. I wish nightmares didn't exist. But then if nightmares don't exist, if I wish nightmares don't exist, doesn't that mean that dreams are also not going to exist? But because nightmares are just dreams, but the content is unpleasant, right? So I don't know. So I'm not sure, but like, anyway, after that I got sick. I ended up after that, yeah, it's actually already been quite some time. I don't really remember Montreal that much anymore. God, why are memories so fleeting? And my memories, I mean, like, me specifically, I feel like I've difficulty remembering shit. This is why I always write shit down, I guess, but meds help a lot to not have nightmares. That's good to hear. But if you get for a day, boom, nightmares? Okay, that's kind of scary, actually. One thing that scares me about, like obviously medicine is good for us. But if something like that happens, and for whatever reason the medicine, like, what if we lose access to it? I'm so scared what's going to happen. But obviously, like, if we need the medicine, then we need the medicine. So it's kind of, like, unavoidable, right? But yeah, anyways, and then partway through the week, last week, I arrived in Toronto. By that time, I was starting to feel better already, because there was a time where, like, during the family portion of the trip, like, there were times when I could walk, like I don't think that walking was the problem. I could walk, like, 20,000 steps in a day and totally be fine at the end of the day. But then when I got, like, stressed and, like, poor sleep and sick, like, during that small, like, section in between, when I walked 15 minutes, I was just out of breath and exhausted and sweaty and tired. But I don't know what kind of sickness it was, but maybe it's just exhaustion or something. But after just resting for a few days, essentially, I got better. It's PTSD from the army? Oh gosh. That sounds scary. I don't know anything about that, but it sounds spooky for sure. Oh my gosh, hello Tazia, thank you for coming. I'm talking about a trip that I went on. The first part, I went to Montreal with my family. And then, right, and then Toronto. Shit, I forgot. What did I say? Right, I was a lot of walking. Okay, so I want to talk about, is it Wednesday? No, Thursday. I think I at least mentioned this on our stream, but we went to a breakfast place. It was me, Hina, Miwoo, Kaibo, Elise. The 5 of us. Audio, hello Hina. Oh shit. The fucking timing. But yeah, I was super shy. Because I'm always super shy in person, I feel like. Like online, it's so much easier to talk to people because I have the control to, like, leave conversation at any time or just, like, whatever, right? But online, or in real life, I'm so shy. I feel like I barely spoke when we were eating at the breakfast place. I don't know. It's kind of similar when I went to Offkai last year and met Rurupi, Danny, etc. and other wingmen at Offkai, but yeah, I was really shy at first. You barely spoke too? Shut up, Hina. You talked a lot. Actually, no, that's... Kaibo definitely talked the most, but I feel like you talked a lot. You were in the upper half of talkers at the Hangouts. But one thing that was crazy... Kaibo did some math after we compared. And, like, based on steps... because everyone's phone is, like, step counter and all that shit. Like, Elisa's steps were, like... How do I phrase it? Like... every one of Elise's steps was like 1.3 of my steps or something like that, because the ratio of her steps that day to mine or something like that during that same time period was like 1.3 or something times more. Or no, or what is it? I had 1.3 times more steps than her. Math is hard. So then, it's kind of crazy. To imagine being tiny, that's crazy. I don't have to imagine, unfortunately. Elise is very tall, yes. I'm like, what was it, up to her shoulder or something? It's actually insane. I was the shortest one at the hangout. Kaibo claims he's like just as high as or just as tall as I am, but he was wearing heels that day. His boots had heels, so he did not seem that short, but I was definitely the shortest one at the hangout, which is actually insane. Her own personal dive is crazy. But yeah, we basically walked around the shore area. I don't know what you would call it, because we didn't know what to do. But the three of them swore there's like nothing to do downtown in Toronto. I don't know how true that is, but we walked around. We found a playground actually. And so we went there and I was like, oh my god, I wish I was like, kind of made me wish I was like a kid again, because now that I'm older, I'm like, oh my god, I can't even like do monkey bars and shit anymore. But it's kind of crazy because there was like a set of monkey bars and then everyone could reach it, no problem. But I have to go on my tippiest of tippy toes and I could just barely touch the rungs. It was actually kind of insane. I don't know how to feel about that. It's just life of a daipan, I guess. Want your own personal daipan? That's crazy. If only there was multiple of me, but I don't even know what I would do if there's multiple of me. I think I'd be creeped out if there's multiple of me. Luggage size and everything. I'm trying to think. I have a vague memory. I don't know how true it is, but I have a vague memory. I get the feeling when I was younger that someone tried to put me into a small object, like a box or something, but I don't have any I don't have any clear memories of this, but I have a feeling that it happened at some point. It's one of those things where you forget. Well, the only thing you remember is the feeling. You don't remember any of the details anymore. You remember the emotion only, and that's my emotion. Plenty of things to do downtown in Toronto. I've been there a couple times. Well, apparently, according to the other three, there's nothing to do there, so I don't know. Really not sure. But, I don't know, it's like, I'm just mostly there to chill anyway and meet them all. Have dive on my shoulder 24/7 like a Pikachu? Okay, I remember there was one time, I think it was last year, when Arya said she was going to Japan for Vispo Fest, I think it was. Someone joked that she should bring me and her luggage or something. As like a personal translator or something like that. And then what came to my mind was like artwork. Like imagine if there was like an artwork where I'm just like a tiny like Pikachu-sized Daipon sitting on her shoulder as she goes around Japan. And I was like, damn, that'd be awesome. Did she? No, she did not, unfortunately. People who lived somewhere always think there's nothing to do because they're already used to it there. That's true. If people came to where I live, I think I would also be like, I have no idea what the heck there is to do here. And so I'd have to Google, like, what is there to do in my city? Because I'm not actually sure what there is to do in my city, aside from, like, the standard tourist attractions. But to be fair, the standard tourist attractions are still pretty good, so... yeah. Clipping that for future reference. Unfortunately, wait, hold on. What did I say? I don't remember what I said anymore. So that's kind of spooky words right there. It's like everyone thinking that they're not cute or that they're boring. Okay, but I am not cute and I am boring, so get owned. And then, okay, that was the Thursday. The Friday, I also went to hang out with an IRL friend because he was also around for the convention. Like he's going there for Oshi Uplink, and obviously I was there to go to Oshi Uplink too. But we met up on the Friday, and then went to a restaurant, of which, like, I'm not too familiar. We went to, I believe it was like a Southern Indian place or something, and had dosas, I think they're called. And it was my first time having them before. And I ended up getting one with, I believe it's called masala. And it was so filling, I could not finish it. And I regretted getting the one with masala. I should have just gone without. But overall, it was pretty good, and I enjoyed that. Nothing like to say, if there's a clone of you, you'd think they were cute and interesting. If you didn't know they were a clone, I don't know how I feel about that. That's an interesting hypothetical, because there'd have to be a copy of me, and then I'd have to disassociate myself with myself. So that I see them as not me, but as a different person. Or maybe I guess the other way around is that if I was someone else and I saw me, would I think I'm cute? I don't know, because I'm not someone else. I'm only me. So kind of like Indian crepes is how they're often described. It was pretty good. I enjoyed it, and I would go eat one again. I just would not go in with masala because it was just so filling and I could not finish it. And then I felt bad that I couldn't finish it. Bet you would though? Okay, I don't know about that. I really don't know about that. I really don't think so. But it's... I'm only me though, so I don't know what I would think if I was someone else, but yeah, anyway. I'm gonna fast forward. Oshi Uplink. So, was it? Right, okay, so Oshi Uplink. I saw that on the schedule, because I did not really look up much beforehand. But I went to... Oh, Telerugi, thank you for the 7 stream streak. But yes. Got there on the Saturday afternoon. Ended up upgrading my badge to Founders so I could have my name on the wall. Because I've been wanting events like this for so long in Canada. Even if it's on the other side of the freaking country, but I was just really excited that something like this is finally happening. I really hope it grows. I hope it continues. It was just like off-time down in California. That'd be freaking awesome. But then I saw that on the Saturday, there was a meet and greet with Toro-chan and Ashu. But kind of arrived kind of late, so it wasn't much time. I think we'd basically arrived too late for that, but it was kind of awesome because I didn't really know that they were participating in Oshi Uplink. Like Toro-chan and Ashkin from TSV, like I literally met them like what, 2 or 3 weeks ago in TSV, and then I find out that the convention that I'm going to attend, like they're part of, like that's really freaking awesome. And then what else happened? I'm getting the timeline mixed up in my head because I don't remember which happened when, but I just have a bunch of like events written down now for Oshi Uplink. So another thing that happened in Oshi Uplink was that there was a 1v1 Doki Bird Apex panel. I super wanted to fight Doki 1v1. Unfortunately though, it was like a raffles, so like anyone that wanted to participate, they give a raffle ticket. You have to call your number, then you get to fight her, and that's it. kind of low-key upset because it felt like most, like 90% of the people that got the chance to fight, like, were the kind of person that's like, oh, I haven't played Apex in 4 years, and then you can see them struggling. They're not aiming down sights, they're standing still when they're shooting, and it's just like, they don't even know where she is, have trouble tracking and all that. And it's not like me, like, being nitpicky as like, oh, like, I would have hit that shot, I guess. It's more like, these people don't even know how to play the video game. It's like, it feels like they haven't, it feels like they really have not played Apex in 4 years, and they were being accurate with their self-descriptions. And I was like, it's not even like, okay, it's, in terms of like, I guess, show matches, so to speak, it was like, oh, watching Doki stomp on noobs for like 2 hours. Or 1 hour. I don't know how long it was. I can't remember. But then there was one guy, thankfully, that won, but everyone else lost, and it was like pretty one-sided towards Doki. But because like people that were at the beginning were also like really noob, they didn't even pick up their attachments. So it was just like a straight up unfair fight for the most part, for the most contestants. They didn't even realize they're like missing attachments and stuff like that. And it's just like, oh my gosh. I was like, I really wish I was up there because I want to try and give it a serious go. But yeah, there was one guy that managed to beat Doki. It was like a best of 3, so he got 2 rounds off her. And then later at the end of the panel, got a comeback, and it was like they did a best of 5 like rematch. And then it was like he did like was down like 2-1, then reverse swept, and then just boom, 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 and ended up winning in the end. I guess you're right. It's like they just want to interact with their Oshi, but I really wish I got the chance to fight her. If like me or Elisa got up there, I feel like that'd be a bit more of a show, hopefully. And not to like toot my own horn, but I feel like compared to people that like, oh, I haven't played Apex in 4 years, I feel like, oh, it would have been a lot nicer. But why is my model doing the ZZZ? Okay, so if I move outside the camera range for too much, or the model is inactive, it starts doing the automatically doing the sleeping thing. So I don't know, but because I move around a lot sometimes, like I end up moving or like blocking my face by accident when I put my head in my hands or whatever, that I guess like, you know, it thinks I'm AFK or something. But at least would have won for sure. I totally agree, she would have won for sure. I don't think I would have won for sure, but I think I would have at least put up more of a fight than a lot of the other people that participated. But oh well, I mean, that's just how it is. But the thing is, okay, I really wanted to participate because, okay, this is like, I'm like sharing this as like as like a fan, so like don't tell anyone this, I guess, but because I feel like I want to tell this story as like a fan to fan thing, not like oh, I'm a streamer or whatever, because I don't really see myself as a streamer still or whatever. But anyways, like many years ago, there was a convention. I got to meet Doki. But back at that time, I was stuck in Plat and I could not get to Diamond, and I asked her for tips on how to get to Diamond. And then I followed some of her advice. It was like, you know, like adjust your mouse sense and do Kovacs, all that shit. And then with that, I ended up playing more Apex, and then from being a Plat player, ended up becoming a Diamond player. And I ended up seeing her again like a few years ago at Anime Revolution in Vancouver. She had a meet and greet and other events there. And I told her in my meet and greet then that, oh yeah, like you gave me advice super long time ago, and I upgraded from Plat player to Diamond player. And she was like, damn, my advice worked. And I was like, yes, it did. But then I thought it'd be really fucking funny if I come back. Right, I forgot to mention, the time that I was Plat. Okay, there was at that event, you could play TDMs against Doki. So it was like me and 2 friends versus like Doki and 2 noobs in Apex. And because it's a team deathmatch, you go up to 50 kills, right? But we lost 49 to 50. She beat us by 1 kill. It was a 1 kill difference. And we lost by 1 kill. And that has haunted me forever. But then yes, and the next time I met her, I became a Diamond player. And then this time, I was like, I really, really, really want to participate so I could share this lore and say that, okay, this time that I'm meeting you, I'm no longer a plat player, I'm no longer a diamond player. I've hit masters a couple times. And just like you sent Tezia, drop 2-0 on her, just boom. That'd be fucking crazy. If only. It's okay, someday I'll get my revenge. Someday. Someday! I really need to get my revenge someday. I was hoping that would be the day, but it was not the day. Maybe I gotta wait a few more years. Soon, Daipon and VTuber Apex tourney? Okay, I didn't know about that one at least. I didn't know about that one. Let's get her on the collab. What? Okay, that's not happening. Neither of those is happening. You guys are crazy. Come full circle from inspiring to you beating your ass. God, that's the hope. That's the dream. Imagine Daphne trying to get revenge on Elise. What would I be getting revenge on her for? But yeah, I was really hoping to get a chance there, but did not. But oh well. Try to drink some water, one sec. It's 1v1, Elise versus Daipon. Loser has to admit they're cutes. Okay, but I already know I'm gonna lose that, so I may as well just go ahead and admit it at that point. Like, there's no universe in which I 1v1 Elise and then I win, unless she's throwing. In which case, it doesn't count. I don't admit that I'm cute. But I know I will not be able to win. Oreo, hello Corsa. You're cute owned? That's crazy. Crazy cons. I refuse. I don't accept it. I'm just me. I'm not cute or anything. I'm just a Daipon. I did not forfeit. I just merely predicted that I would lose. That's not forfeiting. Predicting that I would lose because I know I will lose is not forfeiting. I would still do the 1v1. But I know I would lose. And I know that if I won, it would be because Elise threw. That's crazy. That's fucking crazy. We're not actually doing this out right now, are we? I didn't even get to finish telling all my... Scared. I'm not scared, but I know I'm gonna lose, so what's the point? Right now, I'm gonna be honest, I have absolutely no idea what that means. Yeah, so it's something. Tell stories in the range? Hello, Nav. I'm sure I've heard of it before. I've not heard of it before. And I also don't know how you did that message. Oh, you used 20 bits? Oh my god, okay, that's crazy. Bruh. Okay, I think I know what you're getting at right now, and I'm not reading that loud. You're not getting me with that one. I don't even see Elise online. What is going on? Oh god. I'm gonna lose this for sure. I don't even remember what I was talking about anymore. Okay, I don't even know what setup we were doing. Because I know some people, they're like naked weapons, some people want like, you know, blue attachments, some people want like gold attachments, I don't even know. Drink water? Okay. Oh god. Hello RG2. I'm definitely gonna lose. Talking about how you're gonna sound out, I was not sounding that out. At least his signature weapons? Yeah, I'm gonna lose.
Made it to the next level. One upgrade at a time. I've reached max level. Only one way left to go.
Bruh. What are we even doing? I don't know what we're doing.
This upgrade should help. I think there's enemies in the area.
What attaches? Oh god, I'm gonna lose this like real bad for sure. Let's kick her ass. I don't think I will. I'm gonna lose for sure.
Contact with hostile.
Holy shit! Okay, that's close.
Down. Contact with target.
Oh my god! Holy shit!
Down.
Oh my god!
Hostile close.
Oh, the fucking death box is in the way.
Getting shot at.
Oh my god, that was close. Are we doing best of 5, not best of 3? I don't know, I've just been doing it. I've just been running at it. Jay said the wingman fire rate is bugged and is slightly faster, but I don't use wingman, so I have no idea. I see.
Contact.
I don't know how long we're going on for, but...
Getting shot at.
Oh my god, that was close. Oh my god. Holy shit, is that 3-2 or is that 2-2? Or what is that? Did I win or did I lose? I don't know. 3-2? Oh my god. So apparently I won.
Enemy down. Leaving my mark on this world.
It's 4-2, I definitely won. That's crazy. It's hard to know what happens now. These are the kind of fights I was hoping to see in the Doki panel, but okay. Okay, hold on. Most people in the Doki panel, I wanted to demonstrate something. Okay, so most people, they would just climb up and they would stand there and they would like hip fire everything. They would barely move and they would just like hip fire like this. Like as if it's like like it's fucking COD or something. They would just stand up there and just like hip fire. I was like, it's not even entertaining to watch when they're doing that. I wanted to see more movements. I want to see like, you know, like tracking and shit, but damn, that bad? Yeah, I was that bad.
This time I'm down.
She refuses to admit she's cute, that's fine. We can always just keep calling her it anyway. Oh, hello STR, thank you for coming. What the fuck, how can that push me off? I'm standing on the edge and it pushed me off? That's insane. That's insane.
Enemy down.
I'm out of there. She hates me? That's not true. I just have to leave while I'm ahead, you know? I have to quit while I'm ahead, so I look good. It's the truth of Queen of she hates. Dive might be better with guns, but essentially at least it's the better. What is that even word? What is that word even? Pugilist. Professional boxer or fighter who battles with their fists. Damn. She beat me up, guys. Is this domestic abuse? Can't win versus a girl that cute that. Hey, I won, which means you're the cute one. Is that how it works? Wait, I don't know. Because the contest was the loser has to admit that they're cute, and I beat Elise, so therefore she is cute. That's 7 insane statements. Feel like you're affected by my charms? I don't have any charms. You're the witch there. You're the witch. If anyone has a charm, it's you, alright? I'm just a icon. I don't have any powers. I just have a sniper. All I have is a sniper, which is not pictured here. Anyway, going back to Oshi Uplink. I guess the kind of bouts that Elisa and I had just now were the kind of fights I was expecting in the panel, but no, most people were just COD zombie styling that shit. Oh my gosh, hello Miwu. It's very normal. I've never thought about what kind of Pokemon type I would be. But I like water, so could I be like fairy water or something? Or I don't know, what makes me normal over like water or something else? Typon art soon? Okay. If you copy that, then hello me woo. Me woo 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 woo. Actually, okay, fairy water. Is there any fairy water Pokemon that exists? Oh my god. It's Meryl and Azumarill are fairy water, I guess. Because they went back and changed the type. I see. Okay, that makes sense. Pre-Marina. So just a Daipon, that sounds very normal? Okay, that's a good point. Okay, then I like very normal, I think. Fairly normal parents, fairly odd parents, something. There's a joke here somewhere, but I don't know. Don't associate with the water much? Okay, that's fair. I just feel like water is really nice. But she's blue, that's true. I think I remember really liking that. Thank you, Nav, for the drink water redeem. I'll drink water right now. Fire type. That's not me, though. That's simply not true, though. At least being Psychic Fairy, I'd like that. I remember I used to like the idea of ice Pokemon because ice is cold and cold is nice. But then it always made me very sad that ice is, like, as a type was just super weak to everything, and that made me really sad because I remember when I was younger, I don't remember which Pokemon games it was, but it was like, oh, I'd want to run a team that has like a lot of ice Pokemon. But ice was just kind of trash because it just has so much weakness, I feel like. So I never ended up doing that, but that was my perception back then. I don't know if that still holds true or if I was correct or not, but yeah. Ice types are really strong, fast, defensive types, hard to make a good defensive ice type, just Mamoswine, pretty much. Yeah, that's... But I don't like Mamoswine, I'm sorry. Mamoswine is not very cute, in my opinion. One of the most competitive modest ice type we've come around. What Pokemon is it? Mega Frostlass. Oh shit, it's nice. Oh my gosh, wait. I like the outfit that they're wearing, it looks really nice. Or I guess because it's a Pokemon, I don't know if it's an outfit, but the design that makes it look like they're wearing an outfit looks really nice. I don't know, Pokemon be weird like that. Y'all know what I mean. She's white like Elise. Oh my god. I don't know why, but that's just a really funny descriptor to me. What else is I gonna... Right, sorry. Sidetracked by Pokemon and Apex and everything. Ghost Ice type? Interesting. Okay, sorry, hold on. I want to backtrack a bit, back to actually like Oshi Uplink and stuff. So after the Doki Bird 1v1 Apex panel, Hina and I ended up going to Harvey's because there was a Harvey's in walking distance of the convention. And the reason I really wanted to go to Harvey's is because it felt like almost every time I play Apex with Hina, a few hours into playing Apex, Hina would be like, oh man, I want Harvey's onion rings. And so I got super curious because in my province, Harvey's stopped existing like nearly a decade ago. But because there's one so close to the convention for Oshi Uplink, I was like, okay, Hina, we're going to Harvey's. I'm going to try these damn onion rings we talk about almost every time we play. And honestly, they were just kind of okay. Like Hina said, he warned me that it was like, okay, it's just the nostalgia that makes him want it. And then I'm probably going to be let down. And to be honest, it was okay. Like, it reminded me... It took me a bit because I couldn't remember what it reminded me of. But then my IRL friend reminded me. It's like... It tastes exactly like Dairy Queen onion rings. And I completely agree with that opinion. The Harvey's onion rings tasted almost the exact same as Dairy Queen onion rings. So it's just kind of like, but... I mean, it's not bad. But I guess Hina was right. I was kind of like expecting to be amazed, but it was just okay. Which is really funny, but... I mean, I guess Hina did warn me. But yeah, fast food onion rings is super whatever. Okay, I don't actually think I've had onion rings that are not fast food, so I don't know. I would not know. I'm not sure I've ever had non-fast food onion rings. Hello, Kaibo. Nice setup, thank you. Actually, no. I mentioned that we had breakfast together, or brunch together as a group. I forgot to mention, Kaibo. I forgot to mention that you gave me uppies. That was interesting. And kind of scary. I'm scared of being lifted. But it was nice. Issue with fast foods, they all taste the same due to providers. I see. That makes sense. And I've heard theories that a lot of fast food nowadays sort of go to the same suppliers, and so they end up funneling to the same kind of taste. I don't know how true that is because I don't know if I go to like the kind of fast food that this happens with enough to have noticed, but that's what I heard. Does the quality of your oil batter matter a lot for onion rings? I see. Just don't have good quality ingredients? I'm super curious what good quality onion rings is going to taste like then. I really don't know what that looks like. And so I hope to find hope to try some someday, but we'll see. Onion rings is better. I guess. I don't know that much about it. I don't know much about the details. Homemade onion rings. I suppose so, but that sounds a lot of work. A lot of work, aka I don't want to do anything. I just want the onion rings. Or maybe, if someone homemade onion rings, and I watched them and then I had some, it would convince me to do some of my own. Pick your onion rings as such, oh my god, that'd be so nice. I would love that so much. I guess, I don't know, I feel like onion rings is something that I really want to like. But I feel like all the places that I've happen to have them just are not that good. But I don't know where to find like a good onion ring, I guess. Excuse me, the secret is adding sparkling water instead of just water? I don't know how to feel about that statement, and I also don't know enough to know if that's like a good statement or not, if that makes sense. If that's accurate or not. But I'm sure there's a lot that goes into onion rings that could make it better, but the ones that have happened to have are just okay, I think. Wait, actually, wait, this is a real thing? Sparkling water? Makes it more puffy instead of dense. Okay, I did not think that was, like, I was not sure that that was a real thing. That's super interesting. Alright, so I guess I don't know what else there is to add about my trip. Like, that was basically like a good TLDR of the entire trip. But, yeah, I guess the only thing that's left to mention was that based on where I was staying, there was like no, what is it? There was no direct flights from the closest airport to go home. So it ended up, what I ended up having to do was it's really stupid because I booked the flight home, but I did not realize exactly what this would look like. But then ended up flying from Toronto to Ottawa, and then from Ottawa to home because there was no direct flights from the closest, like the downtown Toronto airport, basically, to go home. So 1 hour flights northeast, which is away from home, to get to Ottawa, and then my 5 hour flight home after like an hour and a half layover. It's logistically kind of dumb, but I guess if I wanted a better direct route flight, I should have just taken the other airport. I did not really think that too hard about it at the time, because I was a little bit busy when I was booking the flight, so I didn't really look closely. But plus I misunderstood what time I'd get home, because I was only looking at the first flight, and I didn't realize there was a layover in Ottawa. But I don't know, whatever. Stuff happens. But then, yeah, the day I got home, like, I got super tired. Yesterday, actually, it was, because yesterday was the last day of the Apex season, and so ended up playing late last night with Hina and Elise to rush back to Diamond before the season ends last night, and so got back to Diamond 4, but I don't think I'll be playing a lot of Apex. I mean, obviously I still have Apex. I don't know if I'll be playing it as much as I usually do, because I want to try and get into Counter-Strike. I want to give it a serious go. The new season looks kind of meh. Yeah, okay. While I was working today, I was kind of like peeking at Arya's stream and everything, and I was like, not sure how I feel about the new legend being all over the place, but a serious go, CSGO. Kai did not even, but that was not even on purpose. I didn't even, that's a good one though. Serious, oh god. Why did they have to rename it from CSGO to CS2? I kind of like the name CSGO. Every time people say CS, I want to say CSGO, because CSGO sounds nicer than CS2. But I don't know anything about CS2, rather, or I guess CS in general. I'm a super noob, but I want to give it a try. A break from Apex, I guess, but... New legend is broken. Yeah. Kind of expect that. Controller is still going to be OP and everything. I don't know how I feel. And I saw they added like the, respawn from death boxes. I don't know how I feel about that either, but I don't know. Let me pull up some stuff. One sec. So now that the trip stuff is over, I want to talk about some other stuff. Or I guess, or I don't know, if you have any questions about whatever my trip, I can try to answer them. But I want to move on to other topics. So, on my server, oops. There were two things that I realized recently. So the first thing I did, first thing was I had a survey in my Discord server, ranked choice, and I asked people, okay, what kind of stuff do you want to see from me? What do you want me to do? Like, what do you think should be my priority as a creator? Oh, that's the wrong image. That was the wrong image. Alright, I'll show it again. Wait, no, actually, I don't even know if I can find it. It's here, it says here, I will bring it up again, but that was not the correct image. I accidentally showed this image. This is not what I meant to show. I meant to show this one. I meant to show this. Okay, so I asked everyone, okay, what should I do? I gave a list of all these options, and this is the top result. So seems like everyone wants me to make a live, to like, not make, but like look into, create, whatever, figure out my own bespoke live 2D or something. And then, yeah, so live 2D is the biggest thing. There was a huge margin. People want that the most. Second thing is showerhead mascot. So showerhead is what I've been calling fans, I guess, because it's an old joke because I would use my phone in the shower, and so somehow I ended up jokingly calling them showerheads, and it stuck. The third thing that people want is simple merch, like mouse pads or something. The fourth is more emotes. Fifth is unique OPED. After that is custom chat CSS, and then complicated merch like duck gear and stuff like that. And then at the bottom of my list is voice merch, voice pack stuff. Hello, Shizuku, thank you for coming. I basically, to catch you up, I talked about a trip that I went on recently. I TLDR'd the entire trip, gave it a summary and stuff like that. And then now I'm talking about a recent survey from my Discord server. I asked people, what do you want to see from me the most? The most desired response was for me to have my own live 2D someday. But the thing is, I don't know anything about this. All I know is that it's expensive. Like, my perception is that it's expensive, so I don't actually know exactly what goes into this. But I would love to have someday my own bespoke live 2D. I'm just frightened because I don't know where to begin, but so I don't know. Showerhead mascot seems a lot more doable, but I'm not creative enough to come up with some kind of idea that to like officialize, okay, this is what you guys look like or something. But actually it's really expensive, yes. Like, I'm sure there's got to be budget options less than, but I don't want to spend too much, obviously. But I don't know. I'm not familiar. I don't know anything about this. But everyone seems to want that. But I don't know. We'll see. Bookmark fellow artists like to do work so I can filter for your reference. Oh my god, that would help me a lot. I would love that a lot. Because I don't know much about it. I haven't really looked into it at all. Like, the only time I've looked into it before was like many years ago, and I'm sure that in my whatever information or perceptions I had must be out of date by now. So yeah, I guess the next thing I could do is showerhead mascot. One thing that did surprise me was people said voice merch / voice packs at the end. However, many months ago, Rice Fiend bought me a book. It's called Halo New Blood. And when I bought the book, people at the time seemed to want me to record myself reading the first chapter of the book. And I've been procrastinating super hard on that, and I do want to finish that, because I said I would. And so I want to record myself reading the first chapter, or at least the first little bit of the book, so that people can listen to it, I guess, as like ASMR or whatever they want. I don't know. I'm not sure whatever you guys would want to use it for, but it's really not sure. Deadpan wake up alarm? I don't know about wake up alarm, but people want a recording of my voice to listen to, it seems. And so, yeah, I don't know. But I want to try and do that by the end of this month, so people please bug me for updates on it, so that I... What the fuck? Taipan tells me I was bad and step on me ASMR. That's not happening. That is insane. That is not happening. I'm sorry. I don't think I have it in me to do that. You guys are crazy. But yeah, I guess like merch is a whole difficult thing. Live 2D is a whole difficult thing. Emotes is doable. I guess I could expand and ask people what kind of emotes they would want. Showerhead mascots. I really don't know how I'm supposed to turn a showerhead or a shower into a mascot, into like a, was it anthropomorphic or whatever what that word is, but I don't know, but I'm sure there's a way. Blackman tells me I'm good and gives me head pats ASMR. I don't know about that one. Hit your shots to a 2-hour loop, Tascaru? No. I don't know. I really don't think I have it in me to do trash talk ASMR, but at the same time, I don't think I have it in me to do positive affirmations ASMR. But between the two of them, I think positive affirmation ASMR is probably more likely than some kind of trash talk ASMR. Or I guess voice pack or whatever you want to call it. Literally just a shower head, chipified and with limbs. The big problem is, as a mascot, if you don't, people get lewd connotations from it. That's true. I don't want any lewd connotations about it either, but I'm not sure how else to... I don't know. It's like an animal with something with showerhead traits, like a sea animal with water capabilities or something. This is going to take a lot of brainstorming, guys. This is very difficult. I'm not creative. Opinions, all I can say is don't rush things and take your time to think about it. It's whole work time and financial efforts to come on too. Yeah. It's difficult, because I know, because streaming is just my hobby, right? So I don't expect necessarily for me to do all these things, but it would be nice to do it someday, because at the end of the day, I'm still a shakaijin. I still work 9 to 5. I still have my full-time job and everything, but I don't know, difficult, but I want things to happen. Just give up the shower and just do a mascot that you feel fits. Honestly, that's it. Probably a good idea, to be honest. It might be easier that way, but we'll see. Hello, everyone. Thank you for the 7 stream streak. Hirokun. Nana. Can you read out a technical manual as ASMR? I guess that would work because it would be very boring, but I imagine I would fall asleep recording that because it's very boring at the same time. Not my streamer is crazy. I'm gonna turn the hobby into homework for you know. That's true, and I appreciate the sentiment, but I feel like I would want to try and see myself and treat myself and do more as seeing myself as a content creator, I guess. Like, I don't really see myself as a content creator. I just see myself as someone that does random stuff and then happens to stream and stuff. But I don't know. I also want to give it a try, but as a hobby, I guess. I don't really have any goals, but it's just, you know, I'm just here to chill and have fun. Is how I feel, but I don't know. Right, okay, hold on. What else was there? Another thing I wanted to talk about. So I made a bingo at the beginning of this year. Oh shit, what the? Hello, Hina. Thank you for the 4 gifted subs for some reason. Oh my god. I don't know why you're doing this, but thank you for the 4 gifted subs to Vess, Odintu, Intezia, and STR. Actually crazy. But yeah, while I'm at it, there is a bingo I made at the beginning of the year. And this is what I feel like I'm at the moment. Oh my gosh. Thank you for the subs. And yes, cute emotes. That's pretty much all that you get from the subs, I guess, but... So this is the bingo I created at the beginning of the year. Green is stuff I feel like I'm doing successfully. Oh no, sorry. Red is stuff I feel like I'm doing successfully, like the crossed out ones. Green is stuff that's I feel like I'm working on. Blue is stuff that I want to revise. Because green is stuff that will be fulfilled this week. And while there's TSV, there's stuff coming up this week. Headmasters are going to Apex. That's going to happen one way or another because I play Apex anyway. Audio recording, book reading. That's the one I was talking about just now. A story game on stream. I feel like that's kind of inevitable. It's probably going to happen. I don't know what yet because we still have a year left. But I imagine I'm going to do something like that at some point. But blue, though, I want to change. Like, play more StarCraft. I don't really care about playing StarCraft on stream anymore, I'm not gonna lie. So I probably will not stream StarCraft anymore. Play more Halo series. I'm not sure how I feel about streaming it. I do want to replay it at some point, but I don't know if probably won't stream it. Actually get into Valo. I want to change that for CS. I want to see if I can get into CS and play Counter-Strike, but who knows? I don't know. So those are 3 I want to, like, revise, but I don't know what to replace them with. Or for the StarCraft and Halo ones, I don't know what to replace them with. Have you played Subnautica? Preaching the glory of it and story game made me think of it. I have not played Subnautica. See the commission die art and we get a bingo? That's very close. Very close, actually. Second one comes to is co-op. I feel like I need something more generic. I don't want to pick, like, be locked into a specific game for these 2, I think. But I'm not sure. Why is more friends crossed out? Because I think I've already achieved it. I feel like I've already met a bunch of people this year. At least a few, rather. At least a handful. So I feel like I don't really need that one anymore. Play solo FPS game. Okay, what's an example of a solo FPS game? Even like a campaign game, like a Half-Life, or like what do you mean by a solo FPS game? Titanfall 2. Okay, that's a perfect. Okay, that's a perfect one right now. Okay, hold on. More Tomodachi. I wish I had Tomodachi Life, and I wish I had, like, actually no, isn't it on Switch 1? I'm not sure, but where can I find? I don't know where the bingo file is anymore. To retro. Guys, I may have lost the original bingo sheet. Okay, it's okay. I have Microsoft Paint. I thankfully have a copy of it on my Discord. Mass Effect, I really FPS, but I think I would like it. Oh my god. Bestial, our mutual friend that loves Mass Effect. I really want to try it someday, but it seems like it would be a game that takes a lot of time to play. Starting with his FPS mechanics, basically. So it's third person, was it third? It's third. Gotcha. Okay, hold on. It's like 90 hours of gameplay between all 3 games. Okay, that's like not a game that I will complete this year. That's like a game I'll complete this decade. I'm sorry. That's like... That's a kind of crazy goal right there. I don't know if that one's happening. That's like a someday before I die type thing. Not like a 2026 thing. Change it to 2 genres you don't normally do. I'm just gonna put Titanfall 2 as one of them. So I just need one more. In Tesia? That is crazy. That does not deserve to be on the bingo. Depends on how much you game. Okay, well, the thing is, if I put it on this bingo, I'm assuming that it's something that I will do when I stream. And I don't want to stream 1 game or 3 games for 90 hours. Because if I think about it that way, it'll take me months, if not a year, to complete or something. So if I do that, it would not be a stream thing. And if it's not a stream thing, then I don't think it goes on the bingo. Outer Wilds. Okay, I've heard about this. In less than 20 hours? Okay. I'm putting that on the list. Figured in reading the Discord rules? I'm glad you read. It makes me happy that you read the rules. Okay, hold on. I don't know anything about Outer Wilds. Don't worry. Don't worry, Tohu. Okay, this is the revised bingo. Thoughts? Don't worry, I'm completely unspoiled. Okay, boom. There we go. This is nice, but I do kind of want to... like... some of these I really don't think I'm going to do, or I don't think it's going to happen. Like, fix my Nintendo Wii, probably not going to happen. Hit Pred, not going to happen. Playing a CC is probably not happening either. But, I mean, the other ones are a lot more feasible, I guess. Creator events already happened. Done. Missing the admit I'm cute box? That's not happening. That is not the free box. The free box does not signify that. Just change the ones I don't want to do. Okay, but then I end up with a couple that are empty. Okay, hold on. Let me. I feel like I'd have to change a couple. Actually, okay, the only 2 I'd have to change is CC and Hit Pred. I don't think those are happening. But I don't know what I would replace them with. They should always be stuff you at least want to complete, even if they're a stretch. Okay, that's a good point. So let's see. Tom J. Daipan merch is not happening. Maybe someday, but it's not happening. I already have pretty much everything I want to do someday on this list, so I don't really know what to put on here. The Dai plushie, but it kind of falls under merch, no? Like Daipan merch is kind of... Run a marathon? God, I'm sorry, that's absolutely not happening. I can already tell you it's not happening. I'm not running a marathon, I'm sorry. Maybe I'm gonna leave it as it is. Ring Fit Adventure, that's not happening. I'm sorry, Kaibo, that is not happening either. I think I'll just leave it as it is for now and always just come back to it sometime in the future. Some kind of measurable goal like hit masters every season? Okay, I did it every season. That's kind of a crazy commitment. That's a lot of commitment, actually. A sport routine? God, I really should. Okay, fine. Maybe I'll... Okay, it won't be a stream thing, but if I put some kind of health activity on here, like, oh, like hit this many steps per day average or something like that, is that something that you guys would be okay with me putting on here, even if it's not a stream activity or goal, I guess? Because the main purpose of this was, like, this would mostly be stuff that would affect, like, stuff I do on stream, but I could theoretically put, steps. Okay, I'm gonna remove 2 of them. I guess the hard part is I don't know how to define like health activity. Like, how should I word it? Like steps. If I say a number of steps per day, like that's easily doable for me, or like easy for me to measure because my phone already does that, and it's something that's going to be easier to achieve because I have to start going to office starting next week, and I don't know. Fitness shits. Oh my gosh. Diet plan gym arc. Okay, I don't know about the gym, but I mean. I just need I need a good way to phrase this so that it's achievable, but also not like, because if I say gym, I don't know. Insult 1 viewer per stream? That's not happening. Reach X goal by end of year? I don't know. So how can I phrase this in a way that makes sense for the bingo? I don't know. Like a weight goal or something. I'm not too personal. I don't know. 8k steps daily is reasonable to photo something interesting during their steps somewhere at 8k. I feel like a lot of these steps are going to end up being in my office, of which I will probably not be allowed to take photos. But the photo idea is really nice. It's like a strength goal in X distance in Y time. Not that I can think of. I have never participated in like some kind of like marathon or run or anything like that before. The shower, I've been installing it so hard. Oh my god, shower head, go to the shower. Oh god. Guys, I've never done any like X distance in Y time thing ever. It's kind of scary, I'm not going to lie. Average X steps per day. That's the kind, yeah, I think that's the best way of phrasing it. I think, of framing it. So let's say like average, but what's a good number? I don't know. Average 5k steps per day or something? I don't know. Oh shit, I need to adjust my font size. Wouldn't commit to number now. I'm just gonna put it in as a question mark, because usually when I do go out and leave my house and go for a walk or something, I am at like 5k, but I'm not sure. I'm just gonna set it as 5k and we can always change the target later. And then I need one more goal. I don't know. Considering the walkies we did as reference, how was it as level of exhaustion? I was still kind of under the weather that day, so I definitely could have done more, but for that, how I was feeling at the time, that was a little bit exhausting. Okay. Should I just make a second free space? I'm legit falling asleep thinking about stuff right now. Maybe if I look harder, I'll find something. To read X books? Okay, Kaibo. I'm not really much of a book reader, I have to admit, so it's probably not going to happen. I don't think I could even read one book. So there is a steps to kilometer calculator, and for an average woman, 5k steps is about 3 kilometers per day. Is 3 kilometers a lot? I don't actually know. But that's how many. Okay, today, after work, because I'm still working home for today, I went for a walk. I have 5,546 steps per day. Today. Do you listen to audiobooks? That count. I do not listen to audiobooks, unfortunately. So the reason I kind of picked 5,000 was it's a easily achievable number for me because I do that already pretty frequently when I go out for walks. The only thing that this would change is either it would encourage me to go out more like every day, or I go out for longer on the days that I do go out. So I think it's probably a decent goal, but I don't know. So how do I leave every day? But I don't know. Her for increasing helping me get like 10k. Maybe we just keep it with 5k for now. And then, I mean, I can always adjust the number if I feel like it's too low or too high, right? Or I don't know. I just need one more space. Oh, okay. I know what I'm gonna do. Another Apex video. Boom. So when it got not to go beneath 5k for sure. I totally agree with that. Okay, boom. Okay, let's see. Updated. I removed the CC and Pred ones. Added the 5k steps per day and another Apex frag video. Because that's stuff I do want to do someday. So then with this, I'd be able to, it seems kind of achievable now, I guess. Or like something that I would actually do, I guess. What more do I need to change? I think I'm actually good now. I think this is maybe good now. And if I go back and compare to what I've done this year, I would say, let's see. To reiterate, this is where I feel like I'm at right now, not this one. This is where I feel like I'm at right now, where regularly more than once per week for when I'm actually available, yes. More friends after TSV, yes. Creator events, yes. Internet friends IRL, yes. More emotes, yes. The stuff I'm working on next is like collabs, story game, I think. I want to do that at some point soon. I don't know what game though yet. That could be Outer Wilds, it could be a double dip. If I do that, if Outer Wilds is a story game, but I'm not sure. Masters again, I get the feeling that even if I don't stream Apex, I'm going to be playing it anyway to get Masters. Audiobook recording, I want to finish that by end of May. By end of May, I want to have a recording of the Halo New Blood book. And then CS2, that's something I'm also going to be trying out again. This, like, in upcoming. So, boom. I could double dip and go for Outer Wilds, and then commission that art, boom, and then I get a bingo, I guess. But imagine if I did custom chat CSS, then I get a double bingo. That'd be kind of awesome. I think one problem though with my bingo goal here that says get better Japanese is there's no definitive. It's not a SMART goal. It doesn't tell me what anything like when do I consider it achieved, but it's something I want to do. So I don't really know what I should be doing about that. But yeah, I'm not sure. Pass a Japanese exam? Okay, that's kind of scary. I don't know if about a Japanese exam. Passing N5 is a target for better? Okay, I don't know about that. I'm pretty sure N5 is like gonna be no big deal for me, but it seems like kind of a waste of a goal if I just say oh, N5 done, when I feel like that's something I probably would have already been able to do and I didn't add any additional effort this year. So I'm not sure. I've never taken any Japanese exams though. N1? Okay, N1 is too crazy. I've never done, or sorry. My Japanese history is, yes, in high school I did have a Japanese class. And I wanted to learn more afterwards, but it did not line up with my university classes. Because the timing never worked out with my schedule. But then I ended up watching a lot of VTuber clips, particularly Vispo, because a lot of those have subtitles in their clips. That, and I attended this like local thing for Japanese English people Japanese people want to speak English and vice versa. You would converse there, and that's how I kind of like started practicing speaking more Japanese and making Japanese friends like Toroa-kun and Buri-san, and especially now like Akira-chan and Toro-chan, for example. Like I want to practice more Japanese with them and practice more speaking with them. But I've never had like one of those. It's been a long time since I've had like a formal sort of exam or homework or I guess that would judge where I am at. But I often hear from people that probably I'd be like N3, but I don't obviously know if that's like true or not. I've not looked at a textbook in super long, but I don't know. I think instead of like going for like N1 or N2, like for example, I think I would want to at least. My first step is to solidify if I'm even N3 in the first place and just do N3. What about a Japanese only stream? Okay, so I think, wait, I don't know if I've done one this year. Let me go check my channel. Hold on. It is currently May. Five months ago, November 27. How is this 5 months ago? Shit. Okay. Japanese only stream. I did one November 27, 2025. That's not this year, unfortunately. Which means I need to have another one this year, probably. Okay, so Snuggle at least more. I don't think that belongs as a bingo item. Collab with an Oshi. That's kind of scary. But I might be doable. But the thing is, I don't know what I would want to replace in the bingo sheet for these. Or, oh god, okay, let me check. Okay, I guess that there are some stuff I could replace in the bingo sheet. Like, fix my Nintendo Wii. I do want to do that someday, but I don't know if I want that in the bingo sheet, I guess, but... Snuggle Elise is the reward. Oh my god, you guys are so funny. You guys are so silly. What is wrong with the Wii? I don't remember anymore, but... Basically... Oh, right, because it always ejects, or like is not able to read discs anymore, so I need to fix the disc drive in the Wii. And if I fix the disc drive in the Wii, I can start streaming GameCube games, which is what I want to do. Because I have a Wii capture card already, but my Wii is not working anymore. Let's see. Super Mario Galaxy? Oh my god. I want to play it so bad after watching the Mario Galaxy movie. I want to watch it again. That'd be so good. But let's see. Yeah, I think a Japanese only stream again for this year might be nice. I'm gonna remove the Wii one because even though I want to do it someday, I don't think it's a 2026 bingo item, maybe, but... Had to watch speedruns of it after the movie. Oh my god, I've never speedrun it before, but it's just so nostalgic. Okay, hold on. I'm gonna put collab with an Oshi on here, only because... Actually, no, okay. Stupid question. Wouldn't this necessarily just automatically complete if I consider Elise as an Oshi? Or Jelly as an Oshi? Because I already play games with them. So isn't that already a free space? Kamiyoshi? Oh god, okay. Okay, that is scary. That is scary. Cop out? Okay, fair. Fair. Okay, you guys. Okay, fine. Outputs Kamiyoshi. One thing that freaks me out. During TSV. Elise asked Arya, because there was one time the three of us were in a party. Because Arya is my Kamiyoshi. And Elise asked Arya, when is the Arya Daipon collab? And she said she wants to do that someday. But I don't know when that would be. We have not talked about it, but it's also something that has been talked about before, in the sense that it was brought up a long time ago as well. But I don't know if is that something that's gonna happen. I don't know, but like realistically, is it gonna happen? I don't know. Obviously, there's interest on both sides. Obviously, I would be interested because hashtag bias, Kamiyoshi, Oshikatsu shit. But I don't know. Obviously, she's busy right now, pred writing and all that shit. So I don't know if it's gonna happen. But I guess I'll put it on the bingo since it's technically a possibility. I'll remove the Wii one for that one. But I'm going to revise the Japanese one. Like, I'm going to say Japanese N3. Or something like that. So at least it's a little bit more specific than just say get better at Japanese. Okay, boom. This is what it looks like now. I think this is maybe a better bingo, I think. Also, I kind of changed the font on these. I'm going to fix these. Would you like to do a cooking stream or something? I'm not sure if that's something I would want to do someday. I don't think cooking is really like something I'm interested in doing as content. I kind of like just sitting at my desk and being silly instead of being silly in the kitchen. Oh my god, a Lego stream? Interesting. Although I'm not really a Lego person, but that is an interesting idea. Actually, I guess that's easier than a cooking stream because I'd only have to like set up a webcam above my table instead of like, and still keep everything the way it is and just work on my table instead of moving everything to the kitchen. And Gunpla? Okay, I'm sorry, I'm not into Gunpla. It's not really something I'm into. Also, I feel like I don't have dexterity. Like, I'm really not good with like controlling my fingers very finely. I'm afraid of like cutting something wrongly or painting something wrongly and all that stuff, so I don't know. I'm not super into like the idea of doing stuff with my hands, I guess, as content, I guess, but I'm not really sure. Like, we'll see. Like, it's not off the table, but it's probably not upcoming. It's not off the menu. Sorry, what is it? There is nothing being cooked, but it's not, I wouldn't say it's off the menu. She do have very small hands. Oh my god. I can't remember exactly every comparison, but I know for sure my hands were just so tiny compared to Elise's. TP's hands aren't small? Okay, I can't remember. Kaibo, we have the same size hands, right? Or no, we have similar hands? Please tell me I'm not the smallest one. But it is true, Elise does have I don't even know how you would describe it. Everyone was similar size and yours are just small. Oh my god, no way. That's fucked up. Actually, oh my god. Okay, I'm just the only... Okay, well... I'm jumping off a bridge, I guess. I'm just very tiny. I know the cute girl shorter than you has smaller hands, though. Hey, I'm not surprised that there's others out there that would be smaller, but I just get the feeling that so far of all like the VTuber fans or VTubers, I guess, that or like online friends and like friends, that majority of the people that I've met that I feel comfortable comparing my hand size to, I feel like I am the one. I usually end up at the bottom of this spectrum and with the smallest hands. Bridge jumping, no. No, Rice Fiend. No, you didn't hear that. Nope. Small and holdable hands? Oh my gosh. I don't know about holdable, but small definitely. Any hand is holdable as long as there's consent based. Submissive and holdable hands is kind of a crazy con. That is a crazy con. We didn't compare hands. That's true. Rice Fiend. Well, I don't know the next time that I would be going to Off-Kai because I don't know. I don't feel it's in the cards to go to Off-Kai anytime soon. But I guess next time, if we meet up at Off-Kai, we can compare. But yeah, everyone had bigger hands than me, and I guess it's just another reminder that I'm not as... Oh, what's the right word? I don't know, but... that in some ways, I'm much smaller than I think, I guess. That is crazy. I don't even know what to say to this. It's just action. I don't even know. Yuri brainworms. I'll know that I passed my prime and Daipon starts telling me my comms are crazy. Honestly, probably a good measure. If I don't call you crazy, then you're probably washed. How strong is my desk? Oh, sorry. I know I turned off my noise suppression and all that, so can you guys hear me hitting my desk more often, I guess, this stream? I did not mean it. Or I did not necessarily... I don't know. Don't worry, my desk is strong. This Red Bull at 9 PM hitting different... Rice Fiend, why are you having Red Bull at 9 PM? How many pounds could a Daipon pound of Daipon would pound die? Oh god, I wonder if, like... if someone was to, like, record and like, try to, like, what is it, how many times do I... Now that I've turned off noise suppression, how many times do I Daipon per day or per stream? It's kind of... I think I'd be kind of alarmed. I don't know. So I gotta go glad to figure out the bingo. Okay, change the phrase you mentioned. And Tezia, okay. So you almost had me there. But thank you for coming, and no, I am not changing the free. The free card, the free tile is staying as it is. But yes, goodbye, Tezia, thank you for coming. Stream edited just to have the type. Okay, it's only would be like this going this. It would only be this stream going forward that it might be audible because I turned off all the noise suppression and all that on my OBS. So it might, I don't know, but we'll see. Okay, Toho, you and Tezia are crazy. My internet has been shitting itself so hard that I missed everything after you said hi, Shizuku, just to catch up to speed. That's actually so funny, but actually so sad. Shizuku, that's happened like 40 minutes ago, 45 minutes ago. That's actually kind of insane that 45 minutes just disappeared. Anyway, okay, hold on. Okay, so hold on. Okay. Sorry, Tezia, before you go, really quickly. Some short announcements for everyone. Okay, so tomorrow, 23 hours and 15 minutes from now, 100% orange juice with Elise, Patsu, and Jelly. And then on Friday, in Tezia specifically, I am playing a video game about and same stream start time. It's a game that will require me to throw away my dignity in order for two people that I met. In order to connect with two people that I met in TSB. It is very uncharacteristic of me to be playing that video game. But in Tezia, you probably will like that. I don't know if you're still here in Tezia, but anyway, you'll find out one way or another, I guess. I shan't speak more of it, because I don't want to believe that it's happening, but I will do it. I will sacrifice my dignity in the name of connection and friendship. Orange juice, not orange juice. Orange juice is not what we're talking about here. Wednesday, tomorrow, is orange juice, but Friday is a different game. Friday is forbidden content. Hello, Raya. Thank you for coming. It's not Overwatch, no. But let's just say that a Japanese girl and her 2,000-year-old brother that I met on TSV want to play a specific video game with me. Even though it's my Kurora Kishi. And I decided to say yes. For the sake of friendship and connection. Even though I know people that work closer to me would not ask me to play this video game. It's my dark and mysterious past. My Kurora Kishi. It's my dark and mysterious past. If you don't know what I'm talking about, you will see on Friday. And approximately... Oh, it's Tuesday. 70 hours from now, you will see, approximately. There will probably be molding, and I'll probably be hitting my desk a lot. But yeah, 70 hours from now, I abandon my dignity. Pay alcohol, take a shot every time Diamond is a Diamond Friday. Okay, that isn't gonna be insane. Here, just da 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 da. Think I might not be able to watch. I'll just pray for you on Friday. Oh my gosh, thank you, Raya. I appreciate your sentiments. Gift subs, everything. No. That's not happening. I'm turning noise suppression back on if stuff like if you guys do weird shit like this, I'm gonna turn noise suppression back on. I'll post more in detail on the Discord. Of which I believe everyone in the chat currently is in there except for Tohu. It's my something totally mundane. Oh god, I'm gonna explode. Daipan's Dark Past is Minesweeper. That's pretty funny. Competitive Connect 4. Okay, that's also pretty funny. Excuse me, what's Peggle stream? That's not happening. Or actually, Peggle's kind of fun. I'm not super into Peggle though. It's nice to watch other people play Peggle, but I'm not really into Peggle myself, I feel like. Alright, so I think that's basically everything that I wanted to talk about today. I recapped Montreal and Toronto. I recapped Oshi Uplink. I discussed basically every topic along the way for those subjects that I wanted to talk about. I talked about the survey results, I talked about Halo book recording, I talked about the VTuber bingo, we resolved some stuff with the bingo. Let me pull it up again. And then, yeah, this is actually pretty good. I like this. I guess now that we've revised a couple of these, the only ones that I'm kind of worried about, like, not completing, like, because keep in mind some of these are already complete. Like, some of these that I'm not sure is, like collab with Kamiyoshi, I don't know. I wouldn't want to, of course, I wouldn't want to pressure my Kamiyoshi or anything. Even though, technically, she did say that she would be open to it on her side. But the thing is, with this kind of conversation, I don't want to be the one to initiate and ask and be like, hey, let's do this. Because I feel like, one, it's not my place to. Two, I feel kind of rude to. And three, I feel like hers is the more busy everything anyway. So, yeah. What's Peggle? Okay, let me find a picture of Peggle for you, Raya. I will post it in the Discord for you to see it. But this is what Peggle is. So, like, I imagine for the collab with Kamiyoshi thing, I'm just gonna be waiting for... I would just be waiting because I don't want it imposed or anything. But at the same time, I know she's also the kind of person that probably would not... she doesn't initiate a lot of things, as far as, at least that's how she described herself, and that I could see that happening. So I don't know, but it's not like I have to do it anyway. It's just, it's a bingo. It's a fun thing, but don't have to be that considerate, but I will be. I don't have to be considerate, but I will be. I shan't be greedy and ask for something like that. Besides, if it did happen, I would explode anyway, and so I don't think I'm ready to explode. That I'm aware of, I agree with the assessment of her. I'm glad. So we have to stick the whole bingo card, then stuff can be sidestepped. I don't think we're not doing blackout bingo. We're just doing regular bingo. It's just, we're just trying to see how many we can get completed. There are some tiles that I'm not sure will be completed, like Live 2D is and YouTube partner eligible. I don't think those are going to happen this year. Those are probably like a longer term, multiple year initiative, but those things are definitely much harder than something like Apex Frag video or playing Titanfall 2. Like, some of these are pretty different and like varied in scale, but it's just fun to just throw everything on there and see what happens. She was your first VTuber too? Oh my gosh. Damn. Nice. Need more battery acid? I don't even know where this would have come from. But yeah, I don't know. I think I covered every subject I want to do, so that I wanted to talk about today. And I don't feel like playing a video game at the moment. Or at least on stream, but okay, so I'm gonna end here, I think. I don't know what else to do. Wait for the die-point customs eventually? Okay. I guess we could talk about that since, while we're at it. I don't know how we're gonna do this. If I want to do a die-point customs, it'll have to be like TDMs or something like that. Because I definitely don't think we'd get enough people to do a full 60 lobby. And if we don't do a 60 lobby, what do we do? Like, wildcard or something? I'm not sure. But I don't... If we just do like wildcard or TDMs, it does not feel that special of like a customs. Like in my head, when I think of like an Apex customs, I imagine like, you know, there's gonna be like, I don't know, like tourneys, not tourney, but like, you know, points and like shoutcasting, where like I would be shoutcasting because it's a die-point thing. I've never shoutcasted before, but it seems like it'd be fun. And then I don't know, it's in my mind that kind of thing is like a whole thing, but I don't think that I would be able to do it. People like 6, they're still really fun. I just feel like I don't think it's that fun to watch, personally, to watch TDMs and stuff. Like, I'd rather watch a BR. I think BR, like the spice of not knowing where the ring's going or who's gonna have what items or who's gonna, like, you know, end up where in BR is just so good, but I'm not really that interested in watching like a TDM or like control customs, so not sure what to do there. And wildcard's a little too chaotic for me to like, I don't know. DP craves the chaos of a full proper match. That is a very good way of putting it, Kaibo. Thank you. That is precisely what I want. So, yes. But I don't think that would happen anytime soon, which is fine. Viewer games, yes. But streaming like a tourney? Yes, exactly. That kind of vibe, I know. I would really want... Okay, hold on. I'm gonna see if I can show some stuff that we did not use. Because, okay, so for the most recent Wingman customs, we were afraid that Arya might not be able to make it to Shoutcast. And so I was like, what happens if Arya can't make it? Then what would happen is Mook and I would shoutcast and I would do the stream instead of Arya doing the stream. And if we did, like, what's some stuff that we would do? Like, I don't know. So I'm gonna show some of the stuff that could have been used back then, but was not used because we had Arya. So I'm gonna show. Is this gonna work? I don't know, but I have not touched these assets in a while. So let's try it out. Let's see what happens. Oh shit. That did not work. That's not what I intended to do. Oh shit, the audio also is muted. Okay, this is what I was planning on using as like the title screen for customs. I can always reuse it someday if we host the customs that Arya can't cast, but let's see. There is also this, where is it? This is like a stinger and stuff like that. Oh shit, okay, I don't have it set up. I don't have a lot, there's a lot of stuff I don't have set up, but then actually here, part of it, okay, hold on. Let me go back. I'm hoping this is gonna work. Okay, so I had like my own title screen set up and everything, and then it was gonna go in and play the trailer.
Oh my god, Jace just became the Grim Reaper of Akimbo P20. Somebody give him the CEO of P20's titles.
Albatross has to run away, but he has no Q, no portal. 3 seconds left. Can he survive long enough?
If LMKN gets down tier, they are going to be going out early. This is going to be a little bit of a tough situation.
We have 7 squads left in the final round closing.
Oh my god, hitting Ryuji. Ryuji being literally a slither of health right now.
So I was gonna like do some stuff with this. I don't have it properly set up, but essentially, oh shit, my water bottle. Yeah, something like that. What the heck? Televina, thank you for the gift to Taibo. So 138? Yes, that's 138. Yeah, if it wasn't Skype, believe you're a VTuber. Hey, I just haven't touched this in months, okay? Because I didn't need to. But I was totally ready to like, I had everything ready, okay. And then I was gonna do like this. Okay, hold on, let me show you something. I was gonna insert these in between like when it switched to World's Edge for the World's Edge games, I was gonna put this stinger on top and be like, okay, the next part is World's Edge after character select. Like we're loading into World's Edge and this is gonna play. And I had one of these for every single map that we were playing. So I had World's Edge, I had like E-District and all that stuff. But the problem is, it's really hard to communicate this with Arya because we don't know if she can participate or not. And if she can participate, then we have to send all this to her. I have to tell her, okay, this is my vision, this is my blah, blah, blah. And it's kind of confusing, so it's really hard to do it, especially because, okay, the way that the hosting happens to make sure that Mook and Arya are synced is they're basically watching, like she's basically streaming an unlisted stream of mine, where my unlisted stream is just the game itself and then she does all the stuff on top, because that's the easiest way to control everything and make sure that the two of them are synced and not have dips in quality because of like Discord screen share. So it's like, I don't know, it's like really difficult stuff so to like figure out, and that's like after a couple customs, that's the kind of solution that we arrived on. But yeah, if she was not there, then I would have hosted it myself and used all these, but then because she's there, it's hard to incorporate all these in a way that would make sense, like in terms of flow and not to be disruptive of one another. So it was like, so it's hard, but I have been working hard, and there's stuff that a lot of stuff that I made that I was not able to use. Hold on, there is also like a video that I made once, but I don't think I have a video of it on me right now. Hold on, let me just go back to main first, at least for now. Okay, hold on. There was a video that I really wanted to use, but I can't find it right now. Unless, what if I just render it again right now because I have all the still frames? You know what? I'm going to do that right now. There was one time for one of the customs, like maybe the second or third custom or something. I had this idea, especially, this would have gone especially hard with the fact that we had the captain's draft in the recent customs. But how this is like, it's because, okay, let's go back. I had this title screen, right? Which is kind of cool. I do like this title screen a lot. But then I had another idea where instead of this like title screen type of business, oh god, hold on, my video editor program is just freezing up. Yeah, give me one sec. I have to render this out to show you guys because I can't find the video of it. But I don't want to talk about it before I show it because I want to show it at the same time that I... Do you guys get what I mean? I'm gonna go back to the normal for now. So it doesn't like sit there and people think that something's happening, but... Oh shit. Wrong one. What program is my editor? Don't worry about it, Kaibo. Please hold for a moment as I attempt to catch up on to do something really quickly that I did not expect that I would be doing. Oh shit! Okay, this is fire. Okay, hold on. Oh my god! Okay, this is really good. Okay, exporting this video. While it's exporting, I'm gonna get some water. I'm gonna be right back. But I really want to show you guys that this is really why I want to keep doing Wing Customs, because I'm super excited. And I do really want to do a Daipon viewer custom someday. But the thing is, I don't have enough viewers to do a customs, so that's the hard part. But yeah, I'm gonna be right back, get some water. Hello. What's the bonk for? I didn't do anything. Welcome back. Thank you. So yeah, okay, hold on. Let's see if I can find first. Oh my god, it doesn't exist. Where is it? Oh my goodness. It doesn't exist. I know it has to exist somewhere. Or is it? Hold on. Where is it? Okay, well I lost it. I'll get a screenshot of it first from the video. But there was like one time, a super long time ago. Where I thought it would be super cool to like make a quote-unquote ticket for the Wingman customs. And so oh, maybe I can find it on Twitter. Okay, so I found it on Twitter. So the thing I was trying to do before was I had an idea for like, okay, what if you make like, you know, a ticket or something that is like, that would be like an invite or something to the customs. That was my thought. I made this at first and it was just a PNG. And then I was like, okay, that's kind of cool. And then I had another thought. What if I did something like this? But instead of like the title screen that I showed earlier, yeah, like the ones that have for Visa, exactly, no, exactly. But then another thing would be like instead, here's something else that I made. Let me find it. Add media source. Okay, let's see if this works. Can I show this? Okay, this, okay. And then I was like, okay, I'm shit at Blender. But if I can find a way to make it work, to sell the idea, even if I know it's not realistic and I know it's not going to be good, it would look really badass. So this is what I made. This is from when was this? March this year. I made this in March this year. I was gonna like use this video as like the title screen or something. So then that's the ticket that I made. But then it's like it's as if the ticket is like by a Mac keyboard, because we know that Arya uses the Mac keyboard to play Apex and all that shit, right? So it was gonna be like this, but actually wait, let me put this into the other one. So it's gonna be like, here, it would be just like this. This is how it would be basically. I'm gonna speed it up a bit. Like it's just kind of like the background shit, right? Like, it's like this is gonna be an example of something I was gonna create for the customs if we didn't have Arya, and just like use this as like a title screen, but it's just like a whole bin. It's a lot to send her like a broadcast package and all that shit, right? So I was just like, okay, well, it's easier to just keep things as it was and not like, you know, not send a million things and just do things simply. But then, yeah, it was like difficult. So I'm just gonna skip through, but it's just kind of like, you know, B-roll type shit. But as we're waiting for like the next round to start or something, like this could play. But yeah, I was like creating a whole bunch of random stuff. Obviously, we didn't use all of it. We didn't use that much of it, but yeah, I don't know. This is why I really want to make like, you know, customs or some shit someday, but I don't know, we'll see. It's hard to do this kind of stuff, man. It's difficult and time consuming. Especially when it's like, because I'm obviously, we're very honored to have Arya help and participate and like shoutcast for our events, but because we run it through her, it becomes a little bit difficult to do these things that I want to do, I guess. So it would be so good to have a showerhead or life on custom someday or something like that, but. But yeah, I guess, okay, that's like the only other thing I had to mention, I guess. Like everything else, like... Actually, wait, let's go back to the bingo. Wait, no, not this, not this. Where is it? Bingo, yes. Yeah, I guess that's pretty much everything to discuss. Okay, we're out of topics. Boom! Alright. So... But yeah, someday I do wish I can reach, in terms of customs and stuff, I want to reach VSI level stuff. Oh shit! Oh my god. Hello, Citrus. Oh my gosh. It's so funny because the timing is, I was gonna end my stream soon, but... Hello, Citrus. Thank you so much for coming. I'm so glad you came. I'm doing well. Thank you so much for the orange raid. How do you respond to orange? You glad we're here? No. But yes, I am glad that you are here. It's because you got a written rando, but hope you're doing amazing. Thank you so much. I was just basically just citrusly delighted by your presence. Okay, Kai, but that's good. That is a good one. But yes, I'm doing well. I hope your stream went well. Thank you so much. Feel free to, you know, obviously dip and take care of yourself and everything that you need to do. I appreciate it. I was also just about to end though, so I guess we might just end up redirecting and double rating to someone else. But yeah, thank you so much. We should hang out again sometime soon. But yeah, I will see you around, Citrus. But yeah, I was like a minute away from like ending my own stream as well, so I think it's really funny, the timing, but I don't know. Oh shit, okay, my notepad keeps crashing and it's kind of freaking me out because Notepad++ usually does not crash. Okay, so if I'm ending, who would I send you guys off to? I don't know. I just opened BB's stream and they just killed someone called My Wet Femme is Pulsing. I'm not even gonna finish. I'm not even gonna say it properly. That is actually kind of crazy. That's your alt is crazy. So much spinning today. Is it a pocket day? Okay. I'm sure I do this a lot. You guys just never hear it because I had my Discord noise or OBS noise suppression and all that shit. So you guys probably never hear it. But now that I turn it off, you guys can hear it. So okay, forgive me if I'm stupid, but I always feel strange. I don't know. I don't really know raiding culture, but I always feel so strange if I raid someone who's collabing, because then to me, I don't know why, but that feels very weird to me. But I don't know if that makes sense or not. Is that a strange thing to think? Just raid whoever, I guess. But another thing about raiding is, like, I don't want it. I'm okay with, like, what is it? I just want people to have something to watch. And then I don't... necessarily feel the need to interact with people, I guess. Because then they'll be asking, like, oh my god, what did you stream? How was your stream? And I'm just like, oh god, I'm shy. I just want to, like, disappear after I do it. But I don't know. It's just that people have something to watch. I don't know. I'm not in nowhere. But Patsu is a good choice, I think. Especially since tomorrow we're playing 100% OJ with her. And Elise and Jelly. So may as well do that, I suppose. So yes. Twitch, I will send you over there, I think. And yeah, thank you everyone for coming. Thank you SKK, thank you Rune, thank you Rhino, thank you Flocky. Thank you Vod, thank you Kiki, thank you Bidui, thank you Rice, thank you Tohu, thank you Devi, thank you Elise, thank you Defaulty, thank you Intezia, thank you Hina, thank you Ryuji, thank you Corsa, thank you Nav, thank you IGT, thank you STR, thank you Miwu, thank you Guidewood, thank you Shizuku, thank you Vestral, thank you Raya, thank you Citrus, and also for the raid, and thank you Hina for the gifted subs. I'm going to end here. Tomorrow, 8 p.m. question mark? 8 p.m. 8 p.m. 8 p.m. my time. So like 22 and a half hours ago from now. Ish is 100% orange juice with Patsu jelly and Elise. So yes, thank you all for coming, and I'll see you all around OCDP. And then also Friday is another game, the Forbidden Game, with a Japanese girl and her 2,000-year-old brother. I throw away my dignity for them. But yes, thank you all for coming, and I'll see you around. The Accursed Tomes of Daipan on Friday. What does that even mean? The Accursed Tomes? Is it Neopets? No. Neopets would be nice, though. I'm pretty sure all my Neopets are dead, though. I think it's really funny, right? That you're like gurring when you remember him. I think it's really funny. How Dark Past actually is Accursed Tomes. That's an interesting way of putting it. Anyways, thank y'all for coming. I'll see you later. OTDP. See y'all around at some point, whenever. Goodbye.